know I did the wrong thing. Secondly, desist, stop, cease from doing that action. And thirdly, to promise never to do it again. Actually, it's a quarter. There's one more thing I forgot. And the fourth one, al-islah, to fix up those deeds. So if I was not catching the train, then I've got to pay the train. Send some money to Rail Corp, wherever it might be. If I was taking an extra half hour for lunch, I've got to work that extra. I've got to make up for that wrong that I committed against an individual. If I was backbiting someone, talking bad about them, either I seek their forgiveness or I do good deeds in that person's name. That is the linchpin of the change of society. I look at myself in the mirror. I look at what I've done and the state of my heart, and I see the bad things that I've done. Not only that, how about this for an even greater tawbah, that when I'm praying, sometimes, not much of course, because we're good Muslims inshallah, but sometimes my mind drifts away from my prayers, unlike the story that we heard earlier. My mind drifts away, I think about things, sometimes work, sometimes family, sometimes even haram things. So even when I do a good deed, or I help somebody out, I go and I help someone out, I help them move, or help them fill in a form, or give them advice about something, and afterwards I start to feel so good about myself. Alhamdulillah, which is alright, alhamdulillah. But do I repent from the misgivings at that situation? In the prayer, for example, do I repent that, Ya Allah, my Lord, I was in an audience with you, I was in a one-on-one with you, and I was thinking about other than you? Or that, when I helped that person, did I think that it was only through the tawfiq, through the opportunity given to me by my Lord, that I was able to help that person, and that feeling of pride that I got, that's not really the point of it. The point of it is to please Allah and make Allah happy. So it can work on the positive and on the negative. And if we keep this inshallah, and the Prophet of Allah ﷺ, our beloved Prophet Sayyidina Muhammad, may peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, he used to repent, okay, repent, yeah, 25 times a day. 25 times, that's not to mention the 70 or 100 istighfar, the seeking forgiveness from Allah. He used to repent from, because, and they say, why did the Prophet repent? Because he was on a particular understanding of Allah. And as he's always getting the revelation, his understanding of Allah increases. Alayhi salatu wassalam ala ali. And so he repented from the lack of understanding he had of Allah. The previous lack of understanding he had of Allah. He repented that he wasn't in a better state. And that's our beloved Prophet, our leader, our master, our example. So if you next time you watch a movie, DVD, YouTube, whatever it might be, and you see the battle between good and evil, think to yourself, what's my part in this battle between good and evil? How am I affecting that? And if you can do things practically, that's even better. If you can do things within the system in which you live to change that system, that's the best. Because Sayyidina Musa, he didn't go outside the system, not until Allah gave the order. He stayed within the system that he was, and he changed it. He tried to affect it as much as he could. And he worked on his people for them to repent honestly and sincerely with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So inshallah we can be all of that free, inshallah. And bi'idhnillah, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us to that which is right. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of the people who are righteous and the people who enjoin others to become righteous. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those people that when they see an injustice and when they see evil, that firstly they think of it as evil in their hearts, and secondly, if they have the capacity, they speak out about it, and thirdly, if they have the capacity, they change it as much as they can. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those who follow the righteous path of all the prophets, and in particular Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sahbihi wasallam. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to shower upon us His blessings and His bounties and His mercy in this gathering. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless those who are the organizers of this blessed gathering. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase us and to make us of those who are righteous, and to make us of those who are the leaders of the righteous, inshaAllah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.